I bought these rain-damaged Sony Xm5 noise-cancelling headphones for next to nothing, and they were completely dead. I'm going to show you how a simple battery replacement on these things can revive them and bring them back to life. If you want to replace the battery in your Sony Xm5s, then you've come to the right place. When testing, the light came on, but the battery would not charge. It would not power up, and they were dead. So, now what do? On this side of the headphones here, this is the side that has the battery, so this is a great place to start. You will need a small pry tool, like this one here. This is a phone assembly tool. You get them when you replace a screen, but something like this would help. Just gently work your way around, and there are clips around the soft ear pads. So if you gently work your way around, you can undo all the clips, and these easily just pull away. Just be gentle, you don't want to snap them. But if you do, you can get replacements relatively easily, so it's not the end of the world. These ones are a wee bit dirty, so maybe I'll get some new ones later. Now pull out this little piece of foam. There's 8 screws that hold the plastic housing together. I have a trusty electric screwdriver, so I'm going to use it to undo these 8 Phillips screws. Now go ahead and undo all the screws and set them aside. I've sped this part up just for you because I value your time. But here I am, undoing all the screws, one by one. It really is quite easy. And there you have it, all the screws are now out. Tip them out of the way, and the housing comes apart just like this. Be careful when you open up this part here, because there is a ribbon cable attached to the outer pad here, and you want to gently pull this out without ripping it. It just pulls directly up and out of its little socket on the main board there. Now that you got that off, pull this piece of tape off that's holding the cables down, and you can start to get your battery out of the headphones. Now you might want to use a little bit of IPA alcohol, pure alcohol, to try and release this sticky tape which is underneath the battery. I've previously done this, so this battery is sitting in there a lot more loosely than the original one that's in there. But I'm just gently prying up on it. You don't want to punch it or damage the battery because it could explode or cause other issues. So just gently do this. The alcohol will help loosen it a little bit. Now the battery's out of the way, just check it against the one that I have. I have a new one here, and there's a link in the description if you want to get your own, or check out the one that I bought. Now gently pull out the connector, and let's have a look. It's all looking very similar, so I think I have the right battery. It's not original, but it is a good quality aftermarket battery, and it should do the trick. Just comparing the specs, and it all looks okay. The voltage on the new battery is 3.7 volts. The original was 3.8, but I don't think this will matter too much. So let's try the battery. Plugs in easily. What I actually noticed is where I'm pointing to now, there was a tiny bit of corrosion from the rainwater. I've previously cleaned this off with some alcohol, just so that the corrosion doesn't cause extra damage. It was only a little bit. I don't think that it's going to be an issue, but we'll see in the long term. But if this works, it's going to be a very cheap set of headphones for me. So now the battery's in, I'm just gently putting the cable down so it runs nice and neatly, putting some tape back on to hold it in place. So with the new battery in place, let's power it on and see if it's going to power up. If it does, it's going to be the first time that I've seen it power up. Yes! That is so good. I'm very pleased with this result. I think I might have got myself a nice cheap pair of headphones. What I'm going to do is I will put the back panel on, reassemble these, and then go and do some testing. To put the back cover back on, I need to reattach this ribbon cable. Now, this is a little bit tricky. I'm gently using these ceramic tipped pliers to help align the tab before pushing it in. It's a little bit fiddly, so I'm actually just going to push it in by hand. I don't want to damage this ribbon cable because that would be really annoying. Now that I've got that in there, I can push the cover back into place, hold it there, and now I'm going to put all the screws back in, all 8 of them, to hold this cover together. So again, I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to watch it in slow-mo. Now, in case you're wondering, this screwdriver is an electric screwdriver. It's USB chargeable. It comes with a whole lot of bits. It's super awesome. If you want one, check out the link. I'll throw a link in the video description, so check it out. Now that the screws are back in, nearly, here's the last couple going in now. A bit of a close-up for you. How good is that? We can put the foam pad back in and clip the cushion or the ear pads back in, aligning up the clips with the tabs on the housing itself. Gently push down and they click into place. And look at that. Power it on. It's turning on. And let's go listen to some music.